photography for years now, and one of the things that I am trying to aim is to have a signature look. A lot of photographers throughout the years, whether it's Platon or Barbara Delman, all these photographers have their own special, unique attributes towards their work, which is one of the ways how they've managed to stick out throughout the years. So for me, one of the ways that I've tried to develop my own signature look is just looking at different photography research and different photography images and just different ways to make my work look more stylish but bold and stick out in different ways. One of the ways I've done this is by doing complete blackouts. So there's this one photo I've taken at this sports event I did this year, and it's a sports athlete who's doing deadlifts, but behind her I've managed to black out the whole background on Photoshop and Bridge. So what I've done is I've managed to highlight the background in Bridge and shaded it all off completely. I've reduced the exposure and increased the contrast. I've taken down the darks and shadows, and I was able to polish it off correctly in Photoshop to create this bold, black, powerful image. It normally works for black and white imagery, and sometimes I've used it on myself in terms of like face features. So there's one photo I've taken this year as well where I was only capturing the eyes, my own eyesight, as well as trying to give off this album music cover, but at the same time I've managed to black out the background as well, the same way I've done with the sports athlete one. So that is one of the ways I've developed my own signature look. One of the photographers that I find inspiring to develop your own signature look is Annie Leibovitz. She's an American photographer who's done iconic photography work with Leonardo DiCaprio, Kendrick Lamar, Jennifer Lawrence. Her signature look is more about color grading and also bringing out that cinematography look in her photography work. I think that's one of the biggest aims that I've always wanted to do as a photographer, is trying to bring out what you see on the big screen, you know, in Hollywood films, and present that as a photography image for my customers or for people in general. But I've never managed to figure out how to perfect that. I think it's one of the ways why I think it's one of the reasons why I haven't really felt satisfied with my own work. I think a lot of people have acknowledged my work and even appreciate the things I've done in terms of like how I put together photography work, in terms of the styles, my ideas, but I've never managed to hit a concrete level of satisfaction with my own work where I can say, yo, that was legit. So Annie Leibovitz is one of those photographers where I want my work to look like that, to extend. You can see in her photography work where it's just the colouring is popping out, like it has a lot of tints in there, and you have deep blue cold temperatures in there. There's a lot more detail in there obviously, but these kind of photography images are what stick out to a lot of people, have made her work even more famous. Another one has to be, like I mentioned before, Platon. His work has been more based around light and exposure, so you see a lot of highlights, contrast over the images of people he's taking pictures of, as well as having a borderline cut out white background behind each person he's taking pictures of. So these ideas are one of the ways where I've tried to develop my own unique style in photography, and it's something that I think I would like to aim and dig deeper more times in the future. But that's one of the ways you can actually develop your own signature look, is by looking at other photographers and just doing your research and see how you can just, you know, make the photography images much more better, as well as just, you know, keep practicing on Photoshop, Lightroom, or even Bridge, whatever you use. But that is one of the ways that you can actually develop your own signature look.